Hi guys, problems with getting real-time insights? Yes, that's one of the major issues that all business owners face. How to get and where to get the real-time insights of your business. How to find what's going on in your business. That's the real problem. How to mitigate it, how to find a solution, how to sort that major problem of yours. Now, we will run through a few things, and the objectives of that is by the end of this session, as business owners, you will know how real-time insights are, where do you get them from, how do you create a dashboard for real-time insights, and the importance of that in running your business, in scaling your business, in growing your team size. And you will also learn how to identify how this real-time data affects your business, how it can support you, how it can be your right hand in your business. Also, you will learn practical insights and solutions in how to gain real-time visibility of each and every department, each and every running of your business. Does this sound interesting to you? Is this one of your major problems? Have you been thinking over and spending sleepless nights, not knowing what's happening inside the business, trying to get a lot of information, building them together into a single sheet where you get a bird's eye view of how your business runs? Hasn't this been a real problem of action for all us business owners? Great. In today's competitive world, delayed insights can cost you a bomb. It costs your time, it can cost you money, it can even finally cost you your customers. There may be scenarios where your customers may be dropped out, where you will find customers leaving you and going to places where the business runs stably, more smoothly, and have a very good picture of how the internal working of their business is. Now we'll ask you, how does it connect a business owner and a customer? Yes, a customer feels confident and comfortable working with a business owner who knows how to run his company, who knows at any point of time what's happening in his company, how the process, how the running, how the departments, how the people management, and how the hiring, the major part of a company, is happening. This gives a built-in confidence for any customer to work with you. He has a confidence that you will be able to deliver what he needs in a perfect way to his expectations. Don't you think so? If you are a customer, put yourself in the customer's shoes and you will find it's the same with you. You will have the same thoughts. If the business is haywire, they don't have proper insights, they don't know actually when your delivery will be happening, they don't know actually what is the current status of the work of a deliverable, this is going to affect you, that's for sure. Yes, we were talking about how real-time insights can help us grow our company, scale our company, get in more projects, get in more customers, and thereby finally getting in more revenues, right? So I'll give a small example of a retail store, the problem they had when they didn't have real-time stock updates. What happens is, without real-time stock updates, they lose customers because customers were looking for an order, seeing for a product, but unfortunately they don't have the stock of that. And this was a major problem. Customers looking for items which are trending, and unfortunately you find you have not had an in-depth study of the stock flow, how the items were going out of the store and what was more in need at that particular point of or that particular period of time. And finally you find a situation that you have more customers, unfortunately you don't have the products that you can service them with, you don't have the stock that you can deliver them with. That's one of the major problems. Have you thought about this? I'm sure you must have faced such situations at many a times. There may be times when we have more stock than required or anticipated and you have less customers, and on the contrary you have times when you have more customers and less stock. This is because you don't have an insight or picture of how your business is running, how the stock needs to be managed, what is the status of current stock, what's the sales that has been signed off, what's the sales that's in the funnel and is coming up for you. You have no track of that. This is the only reason. This is where custom ERP kind of scenario comes in picture and helps you out further. Now, the major challenges and the pain points that you find while not having correct and live real-time data insights into your business is the data is delayed that you get many a times, or it is inaccurate because there's a lot of manual work, a lot of Excels, a lot of different people working on to it to get the stock, right from the stockkeeper to your bookkeeper and to the vendors, and the coordination between the three happens manually. You don't have real-time data on that. And there's too much of manual work actually, a lot of people running behind it day in and day out, and you need to pay salaries which are not worth the effort because more money is spent on salaries than the output that you're getting. And also the output that you get is a lot of times delayed, some are obsolete. What you get on your table in a paper is not actually what's in the store, or is not actually what's in the pipeline for you. So basically you feel that there is no single source of truth. There is not a single source where you can find, yes, this is the correct information and I'm sure this is 100% right. There is no single source. You get stuck with multiple data, so multiple endpoints, not knowing which is the correct data that needs to be used. Isn't that what you feel? See the frustration that you have when you have a lot of numbers on your table and finally the next day you find 5 customers coming to you and you don't have a product to give them. See the frustration for you. And see the frustration of the sales team, how much of effort they must have put in to get those customers to sign off on the dotted lines. It's really hauntable. Don't you feel that? Now, there is a small major problem that comes in, which is not in the top end level, but it brews in the bottom. Like you see in the sea or in many big lakes, the top water is very cool, very calm, no fluctuations, no movement. But the bottom, it is very terrific. That's what is happens at many a times with not knowing what the real-time insights is. We cannot respond to the problems that we are anticipating or may come in the very near future, maybe the next day or maybe next hour. You cannot anticipate that. Your response times goes pretty long. You need data to be collected, then reviewed on that, reworked on that. The time lag that happens in responding to a problem is very high. That causes major losses to a company. Take a case study of a logistic company. They faced a lot of shipment delays because the only reason was their ERP didn't have real-time updation of statuses. They didn't know, or the manager sitting in the company didn't know how many of the packets are in transit at what point and what location what is lying. A customer calls and asks them, they don't really know where it is. If you have a proper ERP that is updated real time with the data flow, and you have put in some AI over there wherein you calculate the distance of transit between point A and B, and with an average you get that this particular package should be available in the point B at a particular time. AI can generate for you. This kind of automation, this kind of real-time statistics and data is what's going to help you. Now, let's talk about the solutions that we can try to achieve, and we can make a consolidated solution and how to implement those, the strategies that can be used for implementing those. These are the major concerns that everybody has. Yes, you know, I have a problem. My problem is I don't have data, or the data that I get is obsolete, or the data that comes is coming from multiple sources. I don't know which is the truth, which is the right one. There is no single source where I can get the live credential at any point of time. And we need to develop strategies how we are going to implement custom ERP or custom collection of real-time data insights. How do we do that? As number one, we can automate our data collection. We have data is being collected from multiple locations, multiple points, multiple departments, and multiple even sub-suppliers. Now, how do you automate all these endpoints so that the data comes into a single bowl or single bucket, a single database, and from there you will be able to retrieve the kind of MIS, the kind of graph, the kind of data by consolidating all this into one. And that's what is real-time data. You need to upgrade to a cloud-based ERP. And that's the second thing that comes up here. Why a cloud-based and why not something that runs on your desktop? Take a scenario, you have 5 people working on different departments, but fortunately, unfortunately, they are located in 5 different locations. How do they update to a particular system which is not on cloud, and the problem is the data is there but on their systems? How do we integrate those into a real-time basis so that any particular point of time they tap in the data and it's available to you, which can be also correlated with the data that comes from department X, department Z, and it comes as a whole picture to you. That's the reason we need to look at upgrading an ERP or creating a custom ERP which is on the cloud. The benefit is anything on the cloud is live and credential is very, very authentic, because everybody punches the data into the same system, the same bucket, and you just pull it out of the bucket with all the data together. So what do? We implement and create MIS, another zip word, that is Management Information Systems. It's not a big thing. It's basically the kind of reports, the kind of graphs, the kind of tables, the kind of data that you want, which can be looked at one shot, and you exactly know where you are, what you are looking at, and what you want. You can generate the reports and the graphs in different ways with the data you have. Once you have things in your bucket, you can pull it out the way you want. You can pull it out with 2 fingers, with the 2 whole hands, with 5 hands together, with 5 people together pulling it out in the way they want. And also you can set up different kinds of alerts, something that you know should be immediately triggered to you or immediately sent to you as a message, as a notification, or as an alert in an email to show that there's something wrong here, something is fishy, and you should be able to take an action on that. If you know something is going wrong or something is not flowing in the right way, in real time, you will be in a position to take immediate decisions, and that decisions which matter in revenue at the end of the day. And that decision, the fastest decision and the right decision you take with all the data is what will make your company or let your company drain out the profitability that you are supposed to be getting. Integrate AI into this. Now the buzzword of AI is available in the world. Integrate a part of AI. Don't go for a big AI thing that you find that automatically everything comes up. No. Integrate small parts of artificial intelligence. Instead of a human being making a list, merging it out, filtering it out, sorting it out, let the system do that. Create small analytics based on predictions. You can look last 1 year how the sales was, how the revenue was, how the production was, how your hiring was, and make a predictive analysis. If this was this for last 3 months, month-wise, week-wise, just you can have a predictive analysis with a percentage added to it, short scripted, and also fine-tuned to give analysis. This is what you're going to get in the next 6 months. It may not be 100% correct, but 90% will be correct. So you take a decision based on your predictive analysis, you should be able to grow your company more faster, in a better way, with less of headaches and less of unwanted expenses on the stocks, on the manpower, which is not needed. You need a particular example of a guy you need in 3 months, looking at a sales cycle. You wouldn't hire him 3 months earlier and keep him on the bench, because you know you would need him by the end of next 3 months. So the recruitment cycle will plan in such a way that he joins 10 days before the requirement and is exactly available to you, ready, full, fresh, trained, inducted to run the show. This sounds very interesting, right? So soothing for hearing. It's all lovely. It's not a dream. It's real. It's available in the market. Its technology has grown. You could utilize it. It will not be so expensive that you need to sell your company. It's not that expensive. It's just a buzzword that's created that AI is expensive. No, it's not that. It's just the guy who's doing it and the guy who wants it. As you and the technology partner should be on the same page, knowing about your business and you telling them about their business and then implementing something that is exactly needed for your business. That is exactly relevant for your business. What you can do? You can automatically send stock replenishment. You can automatically send out your POs to your vendors as the stock goes down. You need not get into that. You need not have someone create manually a PO or talk to the vendor. The prices are finalized. The rates are finalized. You know the numbers you want by predictive analysis. Your stocks, you know the current status of that, and you know with this prediction how long your stock is going to stay. You can send out an invoice or a PO in advance, and you get that product in your warehouse before the existing stock goes down or depletes. That helps you in two ways. One is you don't have to keep additional stocks to make sure you are safe. Your fund is not blocked in that, and you get the things exactly when you need it, so you don't lose customers. Your revenue is already coming in, your profits have already been marked out. You have no issues in that. Same way, the logistics and delivery optimization you could do with that. You could tell the client beforehand, with this product, if you are purchasing from me, this is the date by which it will be delivered. Plus or minus a few hours, plus or minus a day or two maximum. You have you know what's the channel you are going to use, who is the shipping provider for you. You already have a tie-up with him. The day the PO of the client comes, you straight away forward it to the shipping company. They come pick up the item in the evening and start delivering. Then the time is only from point A to point B transit. And that can be predicted. In today's world, you don't have a scenario where you don't know when something that left my godown will reach there. You exactly know when it's going to reach there. The infrastructure has improved so lot. The movement of articles, movement of logistics has improved a lot. The delivery mechanisms is faster nowadays. You can even predict the expiry dates or expiry of items which can go into waste. Those things you can very nicely predict and make sure those things that are reaching the expiry well before that it can be delivered and finished, rather than it being a shortcut or short fused and went into waste. Same way you can have chatbots and virtual assistants who can support the customers with the real-time data, real-time status onto their deliveries, onto the stock, any problems with their customer support, technical support, that can be done. You can even analyze the traffic that comes to your website, which are the times of the month, which are the days, which is a particular time of a day when it spikes and you need additional resources on the server end. You can automate that. Doesn't it feel very interesting for you? That sounds good. Let's do that. I'll give one more example of a restaurant chain, how they become successful by implementing custom ERP and integrating small parts of AI into that. Very simple example. They had set up a system where the real-time sales, the real-time invoicing, real-time billing of each restaurant is available online. By this, what happens? You know what products are ordered, what are the ingredients that go into it for the delivery, and you take a delivery mechanism time of 15 minutes. So on an average, you know which restaurant or which hub is having low stock of relevant items that's in high demand at that particular area or at that particular time frame. And you can set up a system where it automatically reorders to your local suppliers, providers, and without the manager knowing, without the staff knowing that, the guy comes and delivers this idea. Here it is. Oh, he reads, oh wow, I was getting worried that the stock was going out. A big mishap when someone comes and you have to say that you don't have the product. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, what are the learnings that we take from here? Learnings are real-time data inputs, real-time insights onto what is happening within your organization in each and every department, in each and every place, improves your decision making. I'm sure you understand that. If you have data on a page, on a paper, on a single screen, a dashboard, your decision making improves a lot. There's a lot of efficiency in the way you take decisions, in the way you decide what needs to be done and what does not need to be done. You have a lot of efficiency in that. And by that, automatically, the profits soar. Your percentage profits come up. You reduce waste. Your losses for unwanted waste goes down. Almost reduces to 2%, 5%. Isn't that a big number? Even in an environment like a restaurant where it is very dynamic, or in a logistics cycle, it's very important, Then cloud-based ERP and automation and integration of EI can fix lot of your delays that you find in the data that you get. Your data loss, data delays, the way the data is presented to you, you don't know which is the right data, multiple sources of data, everything is reduced, 100%. There is nothing less than 100% in that. You know exactly what you have and you can decide what you want and when you want by seeing the predictive future analytics. You don't have to depend on a sixth sense to give information or sixth sense to take decisions. You can see and take decisions based on the data, that is the back data and the future analytics you have. A very comfortable real-time data where you don't flock. And businesses now need to really act fast to stay competitive. The market is very competitive. There is a lot of people dealing in the same products, same varieties, same quality with different price tags, different marketing, different presentation. If you need to be competitive, you need to have data. That's the Bible. If you have the data that's real time and the bare truth, you can do anything. You can do miracles with your business. Now, if you don't have those, you are really behind your customers. It's time to upgrade. Spend some time, spend some money into getting set up an ERP, and that I'm sure is going to take control of your business for the future. Unless you have real-time data and insights, your business is like running in a bullock cart, traveling in a bullock cart. I'm sure nobody wants to do that. This is the age of fast track. This is the age of flying. You need to go fast. So let's have data, let's have insights, and let's grow with the business. In the very competitive model, let's be on the top. Isn't that what we are looking at? Let's do it. Share this to someone who is really in need of that. Your friend, your colleague who has stuck with his business and cannot grow. Share this to someone like that.